Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness today. While a lot of tension is going on in APC, National Party, a lot of pundits and a lot of Nigerians within the rank and file of the party are of the opinion that, in fact, the APC national leader have got some structures that, if allowed for delegates for them to go into the polls, he would have a tremendous victory. They didn't stop at that analysis. They broke it down on his structures, those who would vote for him, delegates that are all standing for him. And one was we all wondering what is the stake or the stand of the likes of Yemi Osinbajo, who also have his delegate coming from the southwest. They decided to show how the polls will look like. I can assure you, it looks almost real, but then this is just a picture that most of the inner delegates have decided to showcase. Maybe that's probably the reason why the likes of Adamu is insisting on consensus candidate for um Akman Lawan. Let's find out how the voting looks like. Well, according to the news, the frontline presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress APC Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is projected to be ahead in the party's presidential primary slated for today and tomorrow. A number of factors make Tinubu the candidate to beat. The factors are nationwide recognition, reach, structure, support, endorsement, mass appeal, track record as governor of Lagos State, rich experience in both private and public sector. Tinubu, along with President Buhari, is a co-founder of the APC. He has mentored politicians across the country, many of who have become governors, senators, House of Representative members, or were elected or appointed through his support. Tinubu, as APC national leader, has profound influence on the key structures of the party in many states. He also has a backing of more governors than his rivals, with governors having tremendous influence on the delegates. Free per local government, the Tinubu can actually feel confident about emerging his party's torchbearer and a potential face of a People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in 2023 presidential election. The APC northern governors, in a communique at the end of the Abuja meeting on Saturday, advised President Muhammadu Buhari to restrict his search within the party for a successor to the southern state. The said power shift to the south will be in the interest of the building a stronger and more united and more progressive country. In the southwest is the bastion of the APC. Tinubu is the clear favorite in geopolitical zone. He's also been backed strongly by most of the states in the north. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo may get his vote from Ogun, which is his home state, and Nasarawa, where he's believed to be backed by the state governor. Former Minister of Transportation Mr. Chibuike Rotimi Amechi may get his vote from his home state Rivers and Plateau, where he's being backed by the state governor. Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi may get his vote from Ekiti, Jigawa, where the governor has his friend. He may also get some vote from Kebbi because of his closeness to the state governor. Senate President Ahmed Lawan is being backed by his state, Yobe State, and the whole of Southeast. Of all the contenders, Tinubu best fits President Muhammadu Buhari's description of the candidate of his choice. The president recommended a party man who must be formidable, who appeals to the electorates across the board. Projection as at today is that Tinubu is projected to win Kano, Lagos, Oyo, Borno, Sokoto, Bauchi, Osun, Benue, Ondo, Edo, Katsina, Gombe, Niger, Kaduna, Zamfara, and Adamawa states. While for Osinbajo, it is assumed that he would win Ogun and Nasarawa. For Yahaya Bello, is just his home state, Kogi. For Amechi, Rivers and Plateau. For Lawan, we are looking at Yobe, Kebbi, which is also very strong. Then he's also looking at having Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, Anambra, and Enugu, as in the whole of Southeast. So you are another person here. You say for Fayemi, they're looking at Ekiti, Jigawa, and partially Kebbi. Then for Akpabio, his own is going to get the whole of Akwa Ibom. Then for Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River is going to get the whole of Cross River. Then we have the undecided state, which is Delta and Bayelsa. Okay, but let's look at this. It's just a political pundit who believes that this is how it's going to run. Having also judged the fact that in PDP, those who ought to have voted for their members, it has the likes of those who bought from Southeast, instead of voting for their own, they decided to vote for Atiku. They believe that that same scenario will play out where they gave Ahmed Lawan Ebonyi State, as in Dave Umahi is there to just be counting bridge, abi. He will bring delegates from Ebonyi and they will go and give it to Ahmed Lawan because they don't know who their governor is, or they don't know the fate that will before them if they finally find out that that's what they voted for. Of course, it's just an analysis, and the person seems to have strong say over it. But I don't think the whole of South is okay. Maybe Abia, because of Oju Zokal, if it comes with the delegate. Imo State, I wouldn't know. Because another thing again is the fact that though the Imo State governor is not contesting, the question is, did they consult him? Don't forget that Imo State also, unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, the Ahmed Lawal led team had actually endorsed that's Hope Uzodinma had actually endorsed Ahmed Lawal, calling him his colleague and somebody who is well placed. So I guess automatically Imo may be giving their vote to Ahmed Lawal, but I'm so sure that Ebonyi may not likely give Akmelawa the whole vote. Anambra, maybe there's a movement by Odjus Kalo to get all delegates to work for Lawan. The question is, how popular is Lawan to Nigerians as a whole? But let's feel the pulse of Nigerians very quickly. Lots of reactions are following these permutations. In a few moments, we're going to find out how it's going to play. But I can assure you, this is one of the biggest convention that because we all know that the APC is party made of many parties, and many parties coming into contest is either it will make them or to totally break them into tributaries. I'm talking about into many parts. Okay, this one. Let's feel the pulse of Nigeria very quickly. This one here is saying, Haba, what's going on here? Another person here is saying nothing wrong with deep dreaming. It's good for health. Another person here is saying, who gave Kalu Seaman Shina before that interview? It's very funny. Another person here says, tell us who gave him. Another person here says, in fact, the best strategy so far, when he rejected the consensus trap, they were calling him names. Now he's vindicated, and his opponents are now let down by the so-called consensus. But understands the time. That is a Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's an acronym for him. Another person here saying this is definitely not what we are looking at. And that person here is saying Tinubu will get majority of the vote in Edo and Delta State. That's true. They never mentioned Edo. They didn't mention Delta. I think they didn't even also mention Ondo. Okay, I think they mentioned Ondo. But whatever the case is, we're going to